In this video, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you some breaking news in the hair loss community. We're going to be looking at how Merck, the producer of Propecia, actually had a judge hide evidence about the sexual side effects. Make sure to stay tuned. Hey guys, Leon here and welcome to the Hairguard YouTube channel. On this channel, we do tons of science-backed videos all about how you can combat hair loss and regrow healthy hair. Now, if you want updating on any of the latest hair loss news or any breakthroughs that we find out about, make sure to hit subscribe. Let's get into the video. So we're going to jump into my computer. What's up, guys? Hello. So basically, I've been on Reuters.com and we have found this article. So it's an investigation. It was only published a few days ago. I'm going to link you to the full investigation if you want to read this in more detail yourself. So you can click that in the description. I'd just like to thank Reuters for putting this on because we think this is some groundbreaking research and they've done a fantastic job of bringing awareness to what is an actual major problem in the hair loss community. Now, so what has happened is it starts off with this really sad story. Kelly Pfaff's wife, a man called John Pfaff, was taking Propecia, and sadly what started with dark and sulking moods then started going to lost interest in sex. And he was taking Propecia at the time, and then what happened is he stopped the pills, but then he still couldn't sleep. He was having random flashes of anger, and then really sadly he started talking about killing himself. And then on the morning of March the 5th, 2013, sadly Mr. Pfaff stepped onto a railroad track a block away and was killed upon impact. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And Mrs. Pfaff, Kelly Pfaff, she alleges that pharmaceutical companies have known for years but concealed from the public that Propecia could cause the persistent sexual dysfunction and depression that led to her husband's suicide about a year after he quit taking the drug. Now, this isn't the only man that has experienced these side effects. Actually, 1,100 people have filed lawsuits claiming that they've had sexual dysfunction from Propecia. Now, that's the actual people that have gone and taken lawsuits. That's not talking about the other people that have maybe had these side effects but not reported it, or maybe not even known that it was Propecia in the first place. So this number is obviously going to be much higher than 1,100 people that have experienced these side effects. But it's, sometimes we see people in the comment section saying, "Oh, I took Propecia and XYZ happened," or "I took Finasteride," and they're just trolling. Like, this is real life. Like, you can internet troll all you like. This is real life. People have killed themselves after taking this drug. It's a serious issue, and the fact that Merck have been hiding evidence about this it's just shady. It's not good. So we're gonna go into detail on that now. This is Mr. Pfaff's wife, Kelly, poor lady. So she's not too bothered about the financial settlement. She's not doing this for the money. She's doing this because she wants to bring awareness, because she doesn't want another family to go through what she's gone through. So God bless her. Now, Merck have actually denied allegations in court filings and declined to comment further on Pfaff's case. They stand behind the safety and efficacy of Propecia, noting that it's been prescribed to millions of people safely. So what they've found out, what Reuters have found out, is that basically legal briefs filed by plaintiff lawyers allege that in revision to the drug's original 1997 label, Merck actually understated the number of men who experienced sexual symptoms in clinical trials and how long those symptoms lasted. And other documents that we are going to share with you show that Merck knew roughly 20 years ago that sales of the drug would suffer if the public became aware of Propecia's possible long-term effects on men's sexual health. So we're talking millions of dollars here. It's just shady. So a redacted section that's redacted of one of the plaintiff's motions reviewed by Reuters cites correspondence from a Merck executive in which he objected to what he described as misleading information about the incidence of sexual dysfunction in men taking Propecia. This information was placed on the drug's label despite his comments, the court document says, and it remains there today. So we're just going to scroll down to here, and it's got this section. We've got a picture of a judge here named Mr. Judge Brian Cogan. And what happens in a court is obviously you can have some secrecy in a court. Now, court records are presumed to be public, though exceptions can be made when national security, individual privacy, or company trade secrets are at stake. Now, usually we should be able to access these records, but judges rarely give access to it. So secrecy is convenient for judges concerned about efficiency, for corporate lawyers concerned about protecting their clients' reputations, and for plaintiffs' lawyers seeking speedy resolutions for their clients. A lot of these things we do not have access to. Now, The Propecia case in federal court in Brooklyn has followed this familiar pattern. Judge Kogan has, without explanation, allowed Merck and plaintiffs' lawyers to keep information submitted in court confidential. Now, thankfully for us, some of these documents have actually slipped through the cracks in the wall of secrecy, and obviously Reuters have reported on this. So we even now have dermatology professor named Nelson Novick at Mount Sinai School of Medicine in New York has actually said that he would have been more cautious prescribing the drug for young men, saying that he would have appreciated being apprised of this information earlier. He has also said that he believes that Propecia should now, basically any medical information about Propecia that is being kept secret should be released. He says that it goes without saying that more information a physician has, the more he can share with the patient and the more informed the decision-making process becomes. Now, use of the drug still remains widespread, and even Donald Trump has been thought to have taken it. Now, the FDA actually received about 5,000 reports of sexual side effects from 2009 to 2018, or mental side effects, and that's occurring in men who took Propecia. Of these, about 350 reported suicidal thoughts, and about 50 said a patient actually committed suicide. Now, Pfaff, who is the wife, this is talking about Mrs. Pfaff, she says she's among the small group of plaintiffs who aren't actually accepted settlement offers because she's pursuing her lawsuit not just for monetary damages. Like I mentioned before, she wants to bring awareness to this problem because it's absolutely drastic. She says that if I can save a family from losing their husband, if I could just save one, then that would mean the world to me. Now, God bless her. She's doing great work. She's obviously been very brave bringing awareness to this because she could have taken the money and then not done anything. But she's fighting. She's bringing awareness to a big problem. Now, when we're talking about the labeling, what they've actually done is the first thing is about internal communications. Now, a former Merck marketing vice president, Paul Howes, was quoted saying this. So, all right, so you knew internally that if the sexual adverse events were prolonged or lengthened or never went away, that would be something that would impact sales in a negative way, right? And he responded, yes. Now, of course, it's going to negatively impact sales. But the fact that Merck were actually talking about this, they knew this, it's wrong. It's wrong in every way. So they can do everything in their power to skew the data to make sure that it doesn't look like it actually causes these negative effects. So that is super interesting. And it just shows, shady behavior from the company. So it goes on. And what we find out in this part is that the revised label retained the original label statement was 3.8% of the 945 men taking Propecia in the first year of research experienced sexual side effects. Then what they go to say is that the company had, among the 323 men who took the drug for all 5 years of the extended study, found that side effects decreased to no more than 0.3% by the 5th year of treatment. Now, this is wrong because where's the men that didn't do it for the full 5 years? And what you actually find if you read on here is that Merck didn't actually include experience of the men who finished the study before the 5th year or who were given placebo doses earlier in the study. The revised label also omitted information about 6 men who dropped out of the study during the final 3 years due to sexual side effects. So they're not even reporting the data correctly. They are skewing the data to make it look like it's worse than it is. And do you want to know this? So I went onto the Merck website because I wanted to actually, because I didn't quite believe it. It was almost, I was just like, no way. There's no way that a company can be allowed to do this blatantly in front of everybody. So I went onto the website and had a look at some of the labeling, and this is off Merck.com, right? So we go here. Now, the most common adverse reactions reported in less than 1% of patients treated with Propecia, greater than in patients treated with placebo, are decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, and ejaculation disorder. So if we go back, we actually know that they know for a fact that it was actually 3.8% of men that was experiencing sexual side effects, and then on the label that it's saying less than 1%. How can they do that? It makes no sense. And then if we look for 0.3, if we just search for that term, and again, it's here. The incidence of each of the above adverse experiences decreased to less than 0.3% by the 5th year of treatment with Propecia, and these are the side effects that it's referring to: decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, ejaculation disorder, discontinuation due to drug-related sexual adverse experiences. Less than 0.3%. Well, where's the rest of the data? Like, how can they get away with this? It is absolutely wrong in every single way. So now we go on. And what we actually found is that Dr. Keith Kaufman, clinical head of Propecia, discussed different ways of interpreting clinical trial data. The plaintiff's court filing says the 0.3% figure is totally misleading because by the 5th year, you have weeded out the dropouts with the sexual or adverse experiences. The motion quotes him as saying, the legal filing does not specify who received Kaufman's correspondence. Now, if you come onto the actual document on Reuters.com and you see this, read the full document, you can just click that, open this, And then what do we have here? So let's just go on actual size. Boom. Documents. So you can actually go and check out the documents yourself. Fantastic. So as we go, I don't want to make this video too long. If you really want to go and read it, I do recommend that you go and check this out yourself if you click on the link in the description. But if we go down a little bit further, Kelly Fast lawsuit cites a peer-reviewed study by Erwig, the academic endocrinologist, that found overlap between persistent sexual dysfunction and mental illness among 61 former finasteride users. In the study, 64% of men who experienced sexual problems after they stopped taking the drug also demonstrated moderate to severe depression, compared to none of a control group of men with hair loss who hadn't taken the drug. 44% reported having thoughts of suicide, compared to none in the control group. So just to kind of conclude, just so you know, Mrs. Pfaff, she's moved her children to Park City in Utah. She thinks that her husband would still be alive had he known how long Propecia's possible side effects could persist. And we do crazy things for vanity. She says, we do crazy things for vanity, but if we're going to do that, we should know what risks are. I'm pretty sure that if John knew he would poison his body, he would be bold. Now, it's, yeah. I'm getting a bit passionate talking about that because to me it's heartbreaking that this kind of stuff still goes on. In the 21st century, you know, it's 2019 and this stuff is going on right in front of our eyes. Like, we are literally being taken for a ride. Anyway, that's what I want to share with you today. I want to share with you about this because I think it's absolute groundbreaking news. Listen, if you want more of this type of content, make sure to hit thumbs up and let us know in the comments below what you thought. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.